Why do I want to do this? Because when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. So I have to know why I want to do this. I have to know why I want to read my Bible consistently. I want to know why I want to be praying consistently.
The mandate of all Christians is to share the word with others. So just listen as a brother takes us through. The undiluted word is just shared for me and you to grow in truth as the Spirit leads us to. We speak of the Lord, on how shall it be? Knowledge of our faith and praise to our King.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Calledout, and my name is Elikem. I agree with you, this is not the usual background, but then I have to do with this because I'm in school now and my usual studio would not be here with me. However, I believe the content is more important than the studio, right? Great. Now, today I want to make this video very brief, and what I want to talk about, I believe everyone deserves to know and needs to pay attention to this. What is it? Consistency. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, or whoever, you need consistency in your life. Why? I will tell you the reasons very soon. But before that, let us define consistency. What is consistency? Consistency simply means doing something repeatedly, doing something constantly, right? It's like in the word, doing something constantly. Why should one be consistent? That's a very important question. The first reason is it builds competence. Competence. Now, what's competence? Competence is the ability to do something successfully or with ease. You get my point? So if you are someone who knows how to, let's say, draw, if you become competent with that skill, it means that when someone gives you a picture to draw, you can easily draw, or you can draw successfully. So that's one function of consistency, or that's one thing consistency does. It makes you competent in whatever field it be. If you like reading, it makes you competent in that field. If you like writing, a writer, it makes you competent in that field. The second thing it does is that it gets the work done. If you are consistent with something, it gets the work done. You avoid, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I wanted to do it, but I forgot. No, you didn't want to do it. You just didn't have the competence to do it. Do you get a point? So you have to make sure that you are consistent so that you can get work done. It eliminates the desire to procrastinate, if that makes sense. And the last thing I would like to talk about consistency is that it brings about fulfillment. It makes you fulfilled because I have achieved something. I'm consistent in this area, and today too I have remained consistent. So I am fulfilled in this aspect, this area of my life. Now, one will ask, well, these are the importance of consistency, but how can I be consistent? Another great question, and I'm going to tell you. You see, we live in a world where a lot of things are seeking for our attention. So it brings me to the word priority. Prioritize. To be able to be consistent in an aspect, you have to prioritize. If you want to read, it means that during your day-to-day activities, you have to prioritize reading. If you want to eat very well, you have to prioritize eating very well. And I agree that this video will not be able to give you all the information you need, looking at the fact that I also want to make this video very brief. So I will recommend the book. It's titled Atomic Habits. I have read it, and it gives a lot of insight into how you can cultivate a certain habit and remain consistent with the habit. However, what I'm going to tell you is that you prioritize. And when you prioritize, let me give an example. Let's say you are between the ages of probably 10 and 25 now. Your priority is most likely school, right? Schooling. So that becomes a priority. Your book becomes a priority. However, as a Christian, we have to understand that spirituality supersedes cerebral knowledge. Spirituality supersedes cerebral knowledge. So you have to take it in that order. I am putting my spirituality on top, then my cerebral knowledge next. These are our priorities right now, not the other things, not the chasing the women. The bag is important, but it shouldn't become an obsession, because this is your formative period and you have to put in the effort to be valuable, and inevitably money is going to come. So in as much as we want to chase the bag and all that, these formative years are for spirituality, academics, in turn adding value to yourself. If you are probably above 25, what you are looking at is, okay, by spirituality, right, then family. And people do the mistake of bringing their jobs before their families, but none of that. It's family before your job. So the priority it's all about you and what you want to achieve and how you prioritize all this. Is all I've said are just examples. Now, after prioritizing, after knowing very well that this is what I want to do, the next question is, why do I want to do this? Because when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. So I have to know why I want to do this. I have to know why I want to read my Bible consistently. I want to know why I want to be praying consistently, right? And obviously to get closer to God, to build intimacy with God, to be able to achieve what God wants me to achieve here on earth. And the list goes on. If you want to be consistent in spending the weekend or the nights, the end of the day, with your family, it means you want to build the bond you want to be having with your family. If you want to be writing every single day, it means that you want to finish a particular book by the end of the year. If you want to be reading consistently, it means you want to build your vocabulary. There are tons of reasons why you would want to remain consistent, and you have to know that reason and it will keep you going. After you prioritize and you get to know why you want to be consistent in a certain area, the next thing is what? Plan goals. Plan or set goals. You have to set goals. The reason being that if you don't set goals, you will not be able to achieve them. Goals are like steps or things you want to do and the time frame within which you want to achieve them, and also the things you want to do to achieve them. One of my mentors says that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. And I think that is a very true statement. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So you have to plan or set goals as to how I'm going to achieve this. So if I want to be reading my Bible consistently, I can say, right, I'm going to set 20-30 minutes to read the Bible every single day. With time, the good thing about consistency is with time, it breeds what? Competence. Meaning that if you started with 1 minute, as time goes on, you will keep increasing, right? So you don't set the goal too ambitiously. You have to start little by little and you get to that point, because everyone where they are now started from somewhere they were it, right? So like I was saying, everything you are looking for is also looking for you, just not this version of you. So if you want to get to a certain pedestal or where someone is right now, it starts with starting small. So set your goals, right? But set them not so ambitiously, set them bit by bit, and gradually, as you build the competence, you get to that level where you can be who you actually want to be. And like I was saying, the greatest mistake anyone can make is starting a goal or starting to achieve something, and when you falter or you miss 1 or 2 sessions, you give up entirely. That is a very, very big mistake. In your attempt to be consistent, you shouldn't give up just because you have missed a session. You should rather get back. Other than that, you will never get to the point of building the competence you are supposed to build. So if you, assuming you started the year, right? You started and you said, oh, I want to achieve this by the end of the year, and we are already, tomorrow will be the 6th month, right, of the year. You're already in the middle of the year and you haven't gotten to about 50% of what you wanted to achieve. Doesn't mean you should give up and start again next year. If you do that, you are going to be late and the competence building level is going to reduce. So when you give up, or when you don't achieve a certain session for a particular day or time frame, all you have to do is to get back on track again and keep going. Like I said, the worst mistake you can ever make in your attempt to be consistent is to give up after you've missed 1 or 2 sessions. I hope this is not confusing. You enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.
The mandate of all Christians is to share the world with others. So just listen as our brother takes us through the undiluted word.